Hello guys, this is Cesar Creates and welcome back to my channel. In today's episode of the Tropical Valley Park, we are adding the Lambeosaurus to our park. This is sadly the last habitat that we are creating in this park because we only have 6 dinosaurs in the Alpha edition of Prehistoric Kingdom, and the Lambeosaurus is the last dinosaur that we are adding to this park. We already created habitats for Styracosaurus, Nasutoceratops, Edmontosaurus, Microraptor, Tyrannosaurus Rex, and now it is time for our Lambeosaurus. The Lambertosaurus lived in a very similar habitat like the Edmontosaurus, which means it lived near the water in the swampy regions. So I knew that there has to be some water feature in this habitat, and I decided to go for a river. So as in all our habitats in this park, I also lowered the ground where the habitat will be, because I don't want to use too much fences to create this more natural look for the habitats. I always lower the ground and use the rocks for the boundaries of the habitat. It creates this very nice tropical, valley, natural vibe, and thanks to this, we don't need to use too many fences, barriers, and it's always way nicer to see the animals not through the actual cages and crates and so on. So I really like it, and of course with the rocks and the scaling option in this game, it is very easy and looks very natural when you create those barriers or the boundaries made of rocks. I wanted to create a cool viewing platform for this habitat. I wanted to build something unique that we don't have yet in the park to make, every of those habitats a little bit different. We also didn't build anything in a round shape in this park, so I decided that it will be a perfect time to build something round. And this is how I came up with an idea of a viewing platform. So you could basically see how I created it. I honestly love that the guests are able to walk on those, modular pieces, and you don't need to use the paths because it was super useful for those viewing platforms in here. I don't think that the Lambeosaurus is a very dangerous dinosaur. I mean, I always try to think about safety measures while building, habitats and building viewing platforms for the guests. Obviously, when we built the Tyrannosaurus Rex habitat last time, we thought a lot about, safety measures. Also, in case you haven't seen that video, I'll put the link down in the description and on the screen because it is really cool. I really like the T-Rex habitat that we created last time. But here I didn't feel like creating a very high fence for the guests is necessary. I wanted to give the guests very cool viewing for those dinosaurs because they are simply beautiful and very unique. That's why those fences aren't very high, but I hope that people are clever enough not to jump over those barriers or fences. So last time I told you guys something really stupid, and I would like to apologize for it because it was simply my mistake, and I hope that I haven't fooled anyone, because I said that the alpha for Prehistoric Kingdom basically ends by the end of April, and this is completely not true. I think that I heard it somewhere and I was convinced that it actually ends, that we won't be able to play it by the end of April, but we are obviously still can play it. And I don't know why I had this idea, but thank you guys for, all the comments saying that I was wrong, so I would like to clear it up. The alpha is definitely not ending. We can stay play it till the beta comes out, so sorry guys, it was my stupid mistake, and Next time I will be sure to verify everything that I say about those things, because I don't want to spread any fake news or any fake information. I am actually super happy that the alpha doesn't end, so I can play this game a little more before the beta comes out. I love this game, even though we don't have many features yet, that we don't have many building pieces yet. But yeah, just learning the mechanics, just trying to build certain stuff, preparing for the full release of this game is something that I will actually do in my spare time. So when the game is fully released, I would have more experience, and I will be able to build more detailed habitats and buildings for you guys. Also, I am super happy that it actually didn't end with the end of April, because I actually pre-recorded the tour of this entire park, because in the next episode we'll have a tour. And oh boy, I rushed it so much, because it was actually a day before my holidays, so I knew that I had only half an hour to make it, and it was super messy, and I can finally now sit and do it properly without rushing, without any stupid mistakes. So it will actually be better than the one that I have already recorded for you guys. So that one is going to the trash bin. Also, it was actually very hard for me to record something like this, because it was actually first longer tour that I was recording, and I realized how many stops and retakes while recording those voiceovers for all the speed builds, and talking while guiding you through the park, while describing all the habitats and builds in basically one take without making any mistakes was quite challenging for me. If you don't know from my Planet Zoo videos, because I know that some of you that watch Prehistoric Kingdom videos don't watch my Planet Zoo videos, so I would like to clarify that English is not my native language. I am from Poland. I learned English basically in school, but mostly by myself. So if I sound funny, if I pronounce something wrong, or I make any mistakes, I am not offended if you point it out. I would like to learn to speak even better. So yeah, if you have any recommendations or things to say, just comment down below. I would be very grateful. So yeah, next week there will be a tour of the entire park, because after we are finished with that habitat, we are basically finished with an entire park. So if you want to see the whole tour, definitely stay tuned till the next week. Okay, while I was talking, I already created this river that I was talking about. So there is an spring of this river inside of this habitat. So the water comes out of the rock formation and flows throughout the whole habitat. And then I imagine it to go inside the jungle or inside the forest. So I made a bits of it, like several meters that the guests are actually able to see, going in those jungle. And I think that it looks very cool. I actually think that in the end, this is my favorite habitat of an entire park. It is for sure in my top 3 of the habitats. I really love the Nasutoceratops one, I really love the Microraptor aviary, and I really love this one. I am now adding those small rocks that always make a huge difference for me. After you add them, it looks right away much more natural. They really look very well on the shore of the bank of this river. Yeah, there will be a lot of them here, but it is basically what makes this habitat look very nice and very natural, along with the foliage that you will see me adding in a bit. I didn't go too crazy with the rocks and the foliage like behind the river in this section, because I wanted to give those dinosaurs a bit like a space to roam around, to eat the grass, and you know, I really like the model of the Lambeosaurus, especially after it was a bit remodeled after one of the updates to the alpha. It looks very cool. It looks very like unique. It has those really pretty colors, and you know, just is a very interesting dinosaur. And it's actually a bit like fascinating for me that creatures that looked like this actually lived on our planet. And speaking of Lambeosaurus, I think that it is a perfect time for our fun facts. As you guys know, in all of my videos I try to give you some fun facts about animals or dinosaurs that we are currently adding to our zoos or parks. This time I will try not to mess up anything, because in my last video with a T-Rex you guys pointed out some like mistakes, so sorry about that. I found my facts online on some sites. It was like encyclopedia for the dinosaurs, so I should like make a research and check if they are like correct. I didn't, so sorry, and I will try to like make sure that all of my fun facts in the future are actually correct, and I hope that you'll be able to forgive me for this. So let's go back to our Lambeosaurus. So the fossils of the Lambeosaurus have been found in Canada, USA and Mexico. There are several species of Lambeosaurus, and apparently the Mexican one was the biggest of them all. It was about 15 meters and weighed 5.6 tons. Lambeosaurus was a crested duck-billed dinosaur. Its forward-leaning hollow bony crest was as big or bigger than the rest of its skull, and may have been used to produce sounds, enhance its sense of smell, or add to its courtship display. Lambeosaurus' nostrils went up through the crest. Its snout was narrow and ended in a beak that was wide and blunt. It used its beak to crop plant material. Lambeosaurus walked and ran on 2 legs and was a relatively fast dinosaur. It probably went on all 4s to forage for plants. It probably ate pine needles, conifers, seeds, twigs, and all the similar plants that lived in the same period of time. Lambeosaurus was actually the first duck-billed dinosaur found in North America. Scientists discovered its fossilized skin and handprints, so they know quite a lot of things about this dinosaur. As you can see, I already started to add plants to this habitat. There'll be a lot of those Italian bush things. Cannot remember the name of this plant. I always scale it, make it bigger, and it looks really nice in, you know, the piles of those bushes next to the water. It reminds me of the plants that we have here in Poland growing next to the lakes and so on. So yeah, I really like it, because for me it looks very natural. There won't be a lot of like trees in this habitat, because as I said, I wanted to give them a nice place, you know, nice area to walk around, to have some places to eat grass. My main focus during this build was obviously the river. I wanted to make those river banks very nice, very like natural. There will be a lot of those you know, dead trees in there around it. There will be more like foliage. I will put a lot of, you know, different plants in those bushes, just to add some textures to them. At the end, I am super happy with how this habitat has turned out, and I hope that you guys will like it as well. So by the end of this video, you will also be able to see me build some shading structures for those viewing platforms. I obviously wanted to follow the round shapes, so if you want to learn how to like create those round buildings in this game, definitely stay till the end of this video. I really like how this viewing platform looks when it is finished. I mean, with this shading structure, it looks really cool. I also added there some planters, benches for the guests, so it looks a bit more interesting thanks to it. And if for example it is a warm day, the guests can go there and rest a bit from the sun. So yeah, it's a really nice detail, and I think that it made this whole habitat like come together, and it looks very cool by the end. Okay guys, this is all that I have for you today. Please enjoy the rest of this speed build. Stay till the end if you want to see the dinosaur roaming around this habitat, and if you want to see this viewing platform being finished. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and if you want to see the tour that we'll have next week, definitely stay tuned, because this park looks really cool from the guest perspective. If you liked my video, please give it a big thumbs up down below. Ring the bell if you want to be notified every time I upload a new video. Comment down below if you liked my video, or if you have any recommendations on how I can improve my future videos, or simply if you want to point out any mistakes that I did during this voiceover. As I told you in my first Prehistoric Kingdom, I am not a dinosaur expert, but I would love to learn some stuff. Thank you guys for watching, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys!